Welcome to the final part of this series of 3 videos about the combination of index and match functions. In today's video, you will learn a more complex example involving arrays of values, just so you can work with multiple conditions in your lookup tasks. Instead of just showing the formula you need to use, in this video I will break down all the steps you need to know to really understand what the formula is doing. This is a very helpful piece of content, so make sure you pay attention to the whole video. Let's start. So let's start by creating a basic index function. As you can see in this example, we have 3 different inputs, which are type of product, type of warranty, and type of sale. Each row represents a unique combination of inputs with a specific price. We work with laptop, partial warranty, and online sale as our inputs. What we want to do here is create a function that can give us the correct price for any combination of inputs we choose from these drop-down lists. To do that, let's insert the index function in the cell E14. The array argument is the entire price array, so select it from E3 to E11. The row number argument is 5, which is the position of the product laptop with partial warranty and sold online. The column number argument can be 0 or 1 because we're focusing on a single column. Press enter and the result will be 415. As per table above, you can see this is the correct price. Now we need to make this function dynamic. The good news is that this process won't be different from what we have already learned in the last 2 videos of this series. The only change is that this time we need the match function to work with more than one variable at a time, because you have multiple arrays. We now need to use Boolean Logic to adapt the function. Let's check how we can do it. Before we get started, I want you to understand that Boolean logic is simply a mathematical system that represents logical expressions and relationships using only 2 values, true and false. This means Excel can recognize something as true or false and then associate with numbers 1 and 0. To test the Boolean logic, let's go to this empty cell and type the equal sign, followed by B3, another equal sign, and B14. Here, we are basically asking Excel if the input B3, which is air fryer, is equal to the input B14, which is laptop. Since the answer is no because these 2 products are not the same, the result will be false. Now we can use the same logic to analyze an entire array of values. So let's type the equal sign, select the product type array from B3 to B11, add another equal sign, and type B14. Press enter and we'll have an entire array of true or false here. Now let's expand this formula 2 cells to the right to obtain the true or false values for the rest of the inputs in our table. The logic here becomes very simple when you look at these rows. If there's even one false value in a row, it means the entire row is false. Keep that in mind because the only row that serves our purpose is the one that has true values across the board. To make this a lot easier to see, let's use conditional formatting. So select this area with all the arrays with true and false you created, then click the conditional formatting option. Go to Highlight Cells Rules and click on Equal to. Then type the word false. Keep this option light red with dark red text and click OK. Repeat this process using the same conditional formatting option, but this time type the word true and let's choose a green color here. Now we can see the correct result very clearly. It's important to remember that true and false are the starting points. Why? Because these values can be associated with numbers, which allows Excel to perform mathematical operations. So in Excel, true equals 1 and false equals 0. For example, let's look at this first row here. If I multiply F3 by G3 by H3, which is false, false, and true, the result will be 0 because I am basically multiplying 2 numbers 0 by a number 1. Therefore, if I expand this multiplication to the entire array, you can see that the only row where all the variables are true is this one which equals 1. This is how the Boolean logic works, and it will allow the match function to look for the value 1 among a resulting array of values 1 and 0. That's what we'll do next. Now we just need to recreate the Boolean logic in the match function so it can return the number 5, which is the row number where all our chosen inputs are located. Otherwise, the index function won't work. So let's insert the function match in another cell and use 1 as the lookup value. Now let's add the lookup array argument. First, select the whole array of product type from B3 to B11. Type an equal sign, add B14 and close brackets. Then let's multiply it by the second condition. Just repeat the same process, but this time select the array of warranty type from C3 to C11. Add an equal sign and then add C14. Let's multiply again and do the process one more time. Select the entire sale type array from D3 to D11, add an equal sign and then type D14. Now we add 0 as our match type argument because we want an exact match. Before you press enter here, select this lookup array argument and note that right above the function, Excel displays how the resulting array looks like. And we can see the number 1 is in the 5th position of this resulting array, or in other words, in the 5th row of that array, just like we demonstrated before. When you press enter, the result of this function will be 5 as expected. The only thing we must do now is copy this match function after the equal sign and use it to replace the row number 5 in the index function. The issue here is that if we change one of the variables like this, the result of this combined function might still generate an error. Why? Because even though this combination is possible through these drop-down lists, that specific combination doesn't exist in the original data set above, and therefore Excel has no data to work with. We can overcome that issue with the function IFERROR. To create the IFERROR function, let's open the index and match function and insert IFERROR at the beginning of the formula. Then go to the very end of the function by pressing Ctrl and arrow down at the same time, add a comma, write n.a in quotation marks, which stands for not available, and close brackets. Press enter to apply. Now, whenever you choose a combination of variables and there is no available result according to the existing data, you will see the not available message instead of an error. For any other valid combination, the correct result will be displayed. We can then eliminate this supporting calculation from the sheet, and your index and match function adapted for multiple conditions is done. So, are you now feeling more confident in using the combined index and match formula? Let us know in the comments section below. And please share these videos with your family and friends. I'm sure you know at least someone who may benefit from watching these explanations. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.